So maybe you're curious into how I became the world's best blackjack player on PS5, technically. Or maybe you're not, I don't know. I don't really blame you if you're not. Maybe you just clicked on this video for no reason. If anyone clicked on this video. But this is how I became the best blackjack player on PS5, technically on this certain game that's kind of just cracked. But I'm just going to tell you guys my secret. So if you want to get on the leaderboard, you know, and we can all be number one in the world, then sure. We can all be number one in the world. That's fine with me. I don't really care because it's kind of cracked. So if you're seeing in the top left right now, you start on a very small amount compared to how you get to the top 10 in the world or wherever you want to get in the world. So you start off with about 5,000 chips, and anyone that's played 21 or blackjack knows that you can go all in with your chips. So you can go like all in on your 5k when you start, and then you can keep doubling down, and if you're really lucky you might get to maybe 50k 75k before, you know, the AI gets a blackjack, because it seems to get blackjack like nearly every fucking time, but that's just how it works. So you're probably thinking, well, why are you telling me this? Because what's the point of telling me this if we're never going to get past 75k? And that's where this little broken mechanic starts to take shape. So every time you lose, and this is really cheesy by the way, but every time you lose, all you got to do is quickly go off the game, close the application, and go back on the game. Literally, it's that fucking simple. You will keep your money, and you're just going to keep on getting higher and higher and higher until you get into like the billions and whatever. But there's a catch. There's a little catch, which this is why it kind of took me a very long time to get number one, and why it won't take you a very long time to get number one. So you better thank me, and you better also thank my friend who found this glitch initially. I will link him in the link below. So once you get to about 2.1 billion or around 2 billion, or I think it's like 2.1 billion, you are gonna, if you get past that, you are gonna start realizing your numbers are gonna be in the negative. All right, they're gonna look very bad, and you're gonna lose all your progress, and you're just gonna want to quit, throw the computer out the window, and just be like, I've just glitched this game for the past half an hour. I've got to this number, now I gotta start again. And trust me, I almost did it. But then I realized there was a little catch to it, because I figured out every time I was getting to around 2 billion or 2.1 billion or 2.5 billion, right, or whatever was over 2 billion, I realized my number was always going in the minuses, and it wasn't saving on the global ranks. So I thought, okay, there's something to this, right? So I looked at the world's best score, and it was like 2.1 billion at the time. There was this guy, he was like, oh, bloody hell. So I tried to get as close to his score as possible, and the score saved. So what I did then, and this is extremely cheesy, and again, credit to my mate who found this as well. Again, I'll link him in the bio. But all I did from this point forward was I got as closest to that world record as I could without it going into the negatives, because obviously I don't want to start again to find out the limit to this game, because there's obviously a limit, right? I mean, why is it going minus every time it gets over 2.1 billion? So I was like, okay, cool, I'm gonna make a backup save. And if you guys don't know how to make a backup save, it's really simple. All you gotta do is like you upload your save data on the PS5, like the same way you do with any other game. So once you save your data to the cloud, you just keep using your PS. So you've now made a backup. We just kept on calling it a backup. So everyone over the minuses, we always have a good point to start fresh, because you don't want to be starting at 5,000 again. So all you do from that point, you just, if it ever goes over the thing, you just go on your backup, and then you save it, and you try again. And eventually I was number one in the world, and I was like, oh, this is sick. I'm number one in the world, you know, I can gloat about this, I can tell my grandchildren, you know, and then they can pass it down, and they can inherit my billions on this blackjack game and flex that forever we are the best. But then I thought, no, I'm not forever the best, or am I? Because I can get a higher score. I know there's a limit, but I don't know what this forbidden limit is. Like, this limit could be anything, right? This limit could be fucking anything. So I was like, I want to be the best player forever. Like, I don't want anyone to ever reach this score. Well, that's kind of a lie, because I'm making this video right now, but you get what I mean, right? I wanted to be the OG number one limit fucking Christopher Columbus of this game, right? So that's what I set out to do. So for the next 6 hours, I was going back and forth backups, I was going over limits, going under limits. You guys don't understand how tedious and how long this actually took. And simultaneously, my mate was also doing this at the same time, so it was kind of like a little bit annoying. But then we started narrowing it down to the final 500, the final 100, the final 50, and just kept on going, you know, up and down the scales until I finally reached the number 2,100,000,000. Listen, I'm not good at numbers. I'm gonna be real. I'm really bad with numbers. But I will put the number on the screen. And if anybody was weird enough to do like high school, fucking maths or sixth form maths or whatever it is in America, I don't know, then that's a number and you can try and figure it out. But that is the exact number, the exact limit of this game. This took me hours to figure out. Again, if I took math seriously, then maybe I would have took a bit of a faster time, and maybe there is a faster way, I don't know. But you guys can now go get this number. I mean, congratulations, you can now be number 1 with me. But I will always be the Christopher Columbus of this game. So yeah, go fuck yourself, basically. But yeah, guys, that's how I became the world's best blackjack player on PS5. Make sure you tell your nan about this video. Make sure you tell your dad about this video. And yeah, enjoy being number 1, kind of. So cheers, guys. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.